And it's Monday, y'all. And I hope everybody had a great weekend. Nice little bye weekend. So I worked all weekend because we had no Lions. That worked out well for me, actually. But without further ado, I got my main man, Jersey Fred. Jersey Fred, what is popping, my brother?
Oh, man, it was rough, man. Rough one.
Rough one. But Fred's brought to us by Comfort Plus Heating and Cooling. For all your HVAC needs. Fred will get into it real quick, but I wanted to start off by paying homage to the greatest in-sport rivalry, college football here. As we all know, everyone was excited about it. The Grand Valley versus Ferris State Bulldogs, and the Bulldogs win again, buddy.
38-31?
38-31, 22 consecutive wins.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they do at Ferris State. They win championships.
Championships. I bet everybody thought we were going to talk about that other college football rivalry. That was an absolute joke that we'll get into. And if you're a Michigan fan and you're happy that you beat Michigan State, you got another thing coming when it comes to Ohio State. But obviously the hottest thing that we got to talk about, and we'll get into NFL, but Fred, Chauncey Billups versus the FBI. This is interesting. Mr. Big Shot. Do you think they're going to be calling him that in the pen?
I don't think he goes to the pen. Particularly, no way. He's singing like a fucking bird, first of all. So I think he's going to play off the fact that he was just, a participant in the card game. Right. Yeah, I don't think anything. I don't think, especially him ratting out another 30 players involved in this whole thing. It's just not a good move on his part. I think I told you. I think when it happened and we texted, I said if he's smart, he shuts up and just takes the charge. But yeah, just like his basketball career, he never took a charge in his life.
So. You're waiting all weekend to say that one, haven't you?
But yeah, it's interesting. I don't really agree with a lot of the things that are going on in the whole case. I don't. There's two separate things going on, right?
Yeah. So we have the poker games, right?
And then we have Terry Rozier. Yeah.
So. My thing about it is that let me ask, because I have a ton of questions about it. Like, so first of all, people are saying, well, Chauncey was just involved in the gambling part of it as far as the poker games, but as more and more comes out, he's involved in the other case. And as these things come up, the internet gets a little crazy and they start pulling out clips of, everything's under a microscope now, legitimately, he could have had a bad game. There's Piston fans here, diehard Piston fan, very good friend of mine, Jacob Bonderick, who throws out on there that he was like, I had a feeling he was back in the day that this was going on. And like, maybe I'm blind to it and maybe it's the kid in me, but like, you don't want to see this as a sports fan. You don't want to see this. This reminds me of a time when I was real young and then found out the whole WWE thing. It's a heartbreaker, it's a heartbreaker. Yeah. And we, as fans, like look up to these guys, right? As kids, we pretend we're them shooting in the yard. And now you're telling me that they're rigging games. Like it doesn't sit well, Fred. It does not sit well with me. I think Isaiah Stewart was on the take last night. I don't know if you saw my bet that I threw up there. Like now everything comes into question. But what do you think is going to come of this? And let me ask you this. Who is going to be the most prolific player that comes out of this squealing by Chauncey Billups?
I think we'll get a lot of high profile guys. The problem is, like, again, that's going to be hearsay. Unless, I mean, I'm not totally convinced that he has anything on record saying, but the problem here is this. Listen, when it comes to the feds and the Fed cases like this, they take hearsay as word because they just continue to blow it up. So if he tells the feds that LeBron's doing it, they will find something in LeBron's career and betting records, coinciding him not doing well in a game. Like it's just now if they have any, I'm assuming they don't have wiretaps, because if they did, I don't think he would have to say a word, to be honest.
Right. You're saying as far as Phillips is concerned.
Yeah. But listen, the only way you get rid of this whole thing is to just get rid of prop bets. And that's the only way you can do it. If they get rid of prop bets, which, I mean, when we were gambling, there was prop bets on the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
that's it. So if you get rid of player prop bets, obviously I do not believe that the games are rigged.
Good.
I do believe that player prop bets are rigged. I mean, that's easy. It's not even that hard.
Right. I have 9 rebounds rather than 10, or like last night in my bet where Isaiah Stewart needed to be 15, like, he had 9. He didn't even really play that much in the second half of the game last night, which was interesting. But
yeah, but with the prop bets, what's happening is they're selling the information. So someone who is connected to a player gets the information, and then that person sells it, the information, 100,000, 200,000, whatever. Right. I can give you a lock for 100 grand, stuff like that. So you have a middleman in there, working. Terry Rozier is not calling somebody and saying, like, hey, bet I'm eating it. He's telling one person this. That person is selling the information to high profile bettors. That's how that prop bet works. It's been going on since point shaving. So now I'm talking about 50 years of this has been, more than 50 years. The Black Sox scandal of, like this has been going on since the beginning of time. Since competition has begun, there has been some part of manipulation for betting purposes. Obviously, once gambling gets involved, there's obviously an edge somewhere, and the only edge right now is player prop bets.
And the talk about it is like you talk about Terry Rozier, but him in particular is like, dude, you made like $180 million over your career. Like, you're gonna risk this over 200 grand? Like, do you think that do you think that like the mob has something on these guys to the point where because of the poker betting, they're behind in bets and now they have to make it up? Like, I mean, look, I told Sarah, I was like, this is what's going on. And she's like, I think you just described a Law and Order episode. And I was like, that makes sense. That I don't know if I saw the episode or I feel that's what's going on, but who knows?
When I first read the Chauncey thing, like when it popped out, I was like, holy shit. And they kind of made it sound like he was involved in the games, not the poker games, right? It was like, a combination of him and some players and this big, and I was like, oh, he's compromised. Like, so thinking like something had happened where he fucked somebody's wife, or I don't know.
Something. Well, I was ironically this weekend, I was actually with an FBI agent who is a client of mine, and he has, he doesn't have a ton of information because he's not in that area, but he said, but the way that if Cash Patel is coming out, the way that these guys got picked up, he said the FBI has a lot of information. A lot of information. It's been going on for years. Now, before I bring this up, I want to preface that this podcast is not a political podcast by any stretch. Neither one of us are for or against anything. We just here to talk about sports. But Fred, did you by chance It's so ridiculous to even bring this up, but it's actually funny. Catch Stephen A. Smith's take on this whole thing.
I did not.
Oh, when we get off this podcast, I want you to pull up Stephen A. Smith, and he basically blamed the entire thing on Trump.
Okay. Interesting.
This is so ridiculous, and brought up the whole Bad Bunny thing because it's a way of getting ICE to trap illegal immigrants at the Super Bowl. It was the most it's shocking to me that this man has a job come Monday morning. That's how bad this take was.
I think he's going to run into political office, though.
Stephen A. Smith?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes. He's going to
eventually. He started with his little grandstanding he did. That was the most ridiculous take. But if you read the comments on this thing, there's not one person was like, "Yeah, Stephen."
Yeah.
I don't care what side of the fence you're on. Nobody was like, "You nailed it, guy." You nailed it.
So my take on the whole thing is forget the player prop side. Let's talk about Mr. Big Shot. I don't feel like, listen, cheating has been going on, right, since the beginning of time in-house poker games. I don't have a problem with in-house poker games. Who am I, right? I'm just saying I don't have a problem with in-house poker games. Allegedly, if you do have an in-house poker game and the house does not get a cut, it's legal.
I was going to say, yeah.
Okay. So now most of the time in these in-house poker games, you put everyone antes into the middle and one chip out of, I don't know, there's 6 of yous playing, right?
Right.
Everybody throws a $5 chip in the middle. One chip goes into a bucket. That's how, so they take out of the ante, usually, right? Allegedly. Right. What do I know? What do I know? I'm just a kid from Jersey. So usually that's how it happens. Sometimes in some of these games, they have a house hand. House gets a hand. If you ever walked into a room for now, I'm going to say the majority of the people that we know are not walking into a house poker game where there is a card shuffler. Right. I'm not talking about the card shufflers that we used to have with the 2 little sides. Right. I'm talking about the thing that looks like a fax machine.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure any of us or people like of our nature are walking into any of that kind of establishment. If you do see something like that, the first thing you do is leave. You never play. You never play with a card shuffler ever. Like, I mean, come on.
City.
Yes, it's the.
I think the majority of the guys that they're working over are just dumb with too much money.
Well, listen, card shufflers are cool, right? Something like that, but like they're also gathering. Those card shufflers gather the information. Now, all the other little things they were talking about, like X-ray, like contact lenses and stuff like that. I mean, I'm gonna lean more towards the card shuffling. What happens is it takes down all the information and with a program immediately tells you if there's, how many people are at the table. It tells you exactly who's going to win the hand, right? That information gets relayed to a quarterback. A quarterback, whomever that is on the field or table, relays that to the rest of the players who are in on this, hand signal, whatever they do, right? And that's how that works. That kind of shit has been going on for a long time. That's not like anything that crazy. Now, Chauncey's involvement is him bringing clientele in. That's what really he's charged with, right?
So it's like the conspiracy. Chauncey's running the game. I'm good. You know me from playing basketball. Come play at our card game, and he's just luring dudes in there to play, and they're taking their money.
Yeah, and that's all. Like, so yes, he's
like the host.
He'll most likely get some kind of conspiracy charge, right? Which is a vague fucking charge anyway. So yeah, he's conspiring to, bring these guys in and fucking milk them out of their money. Now, does he get a cut of what's going on? Yeah, he probably does. Well, 100% he does. I don't know. I don't know if that's worth throwing your coaching career and everything like that away.
Well, let's face it, the coaching career wasn't going to last much longer anyway.
I mean, in the future, though, like I'm talking about ever. Like, if he has to do Fed time, I mean, you'll never see the guy again.
You won't see the guy ever again just by being involved in this at all. I don't care if he's acquitted of everything, that he's not going to be on an NBA team again.
No, but in today's day and age, we will see him with a documentary. 100%. Now, if he's smart, he probably should play dumb if he's not playing. Obviously, he's not playing dumb. But yeah, he's singing like a bird. I mean, I don't understand what I know what that's going to do for him. It's going to knock his time down by cooperating, shit like that. But you know what, dude? I'm a little old school when it comes to shit like this. And I think you know that, right?
Yep.
You got caught, Yep. You have the right to a lawyer. We all know that. Keep your fucking mouth shut. They're going to throw unreasonable jail time at you as soon as you get in there. You're going to go away for fucking 40 years. No, you're not, dude. Like we're going back to the victims of these crimes are rich dudes. So you have to understand the level of, the FBI has this big fucking investigation going and stuff like that. I'm talking separate from rigging prop bets.
That's the game. You're talking about just poker.
I'm just talking about these in-house poker games. How much fucking trouble can you get in a fucking in-house poker game? I don't even care if you're robbing people. You're not. Right. It's not big fish, dude. Like this is not some some case of like smuggling drugs across the border and stuff. Like and
affecting anybody outside of this particular game.
Exactly, and the victims in the case have more money than they know what to do with. They're not, I know obviously there's some guys in there that are going to probably come out because now listen, everyone in these games aren't rich. That's the thing. You're going to have some degenerate gamblers that are going to be involved in this that are going to come out now because they owe. Right. So, like, come on, like, it's just a snowball.
My thing is too, like, I just don't want to see, I hope that there's not, there probably is, but the sports fan in me, like, you don't want to think these games are rigged. Like, I hope that nothing crazy comes out of this, but it ought to be interesting. It ought to be interesting.
I have a feeling it's going to end up like the list, that came out in early 2000s with the steroids. There's going to be an anonymous list, and then that list will be leaked eventually. But, we have over 30 people on this list, this and that. Who? But the thing is, they're not going to say anything because it's hearsay right now. There's, like I said, he can say LeBron James is fixing prop bets. Again, I will say this. I don't think games are rigged. I do think prop bets are rigged.
Got it. All right, moving on. NFL. Obviously, the Lions had a bye week. Much needed bye week at, I think, what was ideally the perfect time. We didn't get a chance to talk, but the Lions put a beat down on the Buccaneers on Monday night. I went down to the tailgate, had a good time. Shout out to Dante Rosa Home Loans. So we went down there for a little bit just to get the atmosphere, man. And it was insane. It was awesome. The fans were excited. And to see what we did to Baker was amazing. To watch what that secondary did. And not even that, Fred, one of those kids is from right here in Avondale.
Sag Nasty.
No. He went to Avondale, White House.
Where'd he go to college?
Oh, yeah. You're right. I actually heard a term, Fred. It's not Sagnasty anymore. It's Swaginaw.
Okay.
You like that, huh? I heard that new this weekend, actually.
I actually like that. It's definitely better than Sag Nasty.
It is definitely better. Yes, he went to Swaginaw
State.
Saginaw State. But yeah,
Saginaw Valley State.
Saginaw
Is it?
Valley State.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. So that was
Okay.
nice to see. They call him the Legion of whom, Fred?
Okay.
Is that catching on in Jersey yet, or is that just a Detroit thing? That's our secondary, the Legion of whom?
I love it. No, no, that hasn't made it outside the Midwest yet.
But,
I don't know if
hey,
that hasn't hit Toledo yet.
I don't think so either. But we're on to Minnesota this week. Not overly concerned about it. JJ McCarthy has no choice but to show up because the NFC North is as well. We're going to talk about it here in a little bit, but I'm not worried. I'm not scared, Fred. I'm not scared at all. Ready to bring on the Vikings. Thank God to bring on a 1:00 game this week.
They're nice.
Jesus, a night game, a Monday night game, a bye week. Thank you, Sunday afternoon football. Here we come, Detroit. And then here's the other thing, Fred. So yesterday was National Tight Ends Day.
Yes.
And what your team decided to do was not guard the tight end.
Terrible.
They decided that in honor of the National Tight Ends Day, the Pittsburgh Steelers decided that they weren't going to put anybody on Tucker Kraft. And that was nice of them, Fred. Yeah. What the hell? Jesus. And here's the thing. They said, who is it? Collinsworth said in mid third quarter, said, the Packers offense is really rolling. Fred, you watched the game. You were a Steelers fan. Your secondary was terrible. There was probably 4 passes that he threw off his back foot in the air that should have been picked off. And you're telling me that offense is rolling? Get out of here. Well, get out of here and get out of here. That offense was rolling. Your secondary was trash. And
but when somebody completes, 15 in a row, I mean, they're kind of rolling. And going from I don't like when Collinsworth sucks somebody off like the whole game. It's fucking annoying. But at one point he was talking about how this is the Steeler defense that they paid for. Like when in the second quarter when they were playing well, and I'm like, dude, like we're really bad. And I told you this earlier. I said we were the worst 4-1 team in the league. Now 4-3. Danny Dimes next week, probably 4-4. Like they're not a good team. At the beginning of the season, I thought about 10, 11 wins. Now I'm going to say they're lucky to get 9. And if they don't, they break Tomlin's streak. So what's going to happen is
not going to not going to playoffs.
Well, no, winning record.
Winning record. Okay.
So it's interesting to see how this unfolds because they're the defense. I'm kind of like at a loss of words with that because I think I've told you
it's not a position that you've ever been in as a Steeler fan.
Never.
That's the thing. Like you're used to having a mediocre offense, winning games,
trying to scrap points together, and the damn defense like playing their fucking balls off. Like
the average Joe in the NFL who is a fan can probably name 15 Steeler defenders.
Yeah, over time.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's how well known the Steeler defense is. And now as a fan to come to this, that's a little disheartening because you think if you're going to put up 30, we're winning.
Well, and that's
the other. Put up 22, you're winning.
It's like put up 20, you're good, right?
Yep.
But like they did have a garbage touchdown at the end. They scored 25 points, but like shitty touchdown, in prevent, not that impressive. But like they're not that good. And I think I said this at the beginning of the year. I think that using Aaron Rodgers in your gap year is better than Will Howard or Mason Rudolph or whatever. Right. because I think he's very smart. He has high football IQ. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So, but I just I don't. It's not even fun. Like leading up to Sunday mornings. Like, where usually you're like fired up and like, I just sit there basically and, I don't half the time I don't really curse at the screen because it's just like so deflating to watch.
Fred, there's nobody on the planet that knows what you're feeling better than me. I get it. Speaking of that, though, the Giants fans aren't happy after yesterday. Obviously, they get their ass beat by the Eagles, but on top of that, they lose Scatterbo. And Scatterbo, like, look, I mean, I hope the kid's going to be all right. Breaks his ankle, dislocates his ankle, looked nasty. I was giving him 3. Now he can have 4 years. He's got 1 more year until until he walks out of the stadium and he can't find his car. Like, it's just a matter of time. Like, he got all diamond teeth. Like, he's at the Knicks games. He's living his best life. Like,
he definitely is living his best life.
And it's going to be a 4-year window. He just bought himself a year because of the ankle injury.
I watched that game actually. So, if I don't watch, if the Steelers aren't playing, I mean, I guess it's out of habit. It's Giants or Jets.
Yeah.
It's just, I watch Red Zone when, usually at 4, sometimes at the 4, when there's only a couple games going on, if one of them is not like a really good game, but, and I love Red Zone. I usually watch, Giants or Jets, if I'm not watching, if I don't watch the Steelers and then not watching the Lions because I watch the Lions with my wife. So yeah, I watch the game. Again, I'll say it again, dude, Jackson Dart's real. They won't have to worry about a quarterback for 10 years. That's kind of a cool thing. Philly put a fucking ass kicking on him though. Even without that injury. So
yeah, even if he would have been, I don't think he would have.
The Jets, though.
Hold on. Let me say something about Jets. Hold on. I actually had in the notes when it was 31. I sit there all day Sunday and I start taking the notes, and then you get them at the end of the day, and then we chime in, we go back and forth. And my it says, "Will the Jets ever win a game?" I deleted it. Jets are back. Jets are back. Jets are back. Justin Fields back. Jets are back. Bengals defense is so bad. It's so bad.
That was the only silver lining to the Steelers' season so far, is that I think we can beat Cincinnati. I know we didn't by 2 points 2 weeks ago or whatever. I think we can beat Cleveland. I don't think we could beat Baltimore. But that's the thing. I mean, if we're still in first place at 4-3, it's just, that's the only silver lining, is that since he lost. But now, I did say this 2 weeks ago about the Baltimore Ravens. Yes.
I knew that was coming. And here's my other thing. Another NFC North team. Chicago sucks. Caleb Williams sucks. And
they were without
Tyler Huntley for MVP.
Yes. So now Lamar comes back Thursday. This Thursday night. So
who do they play on Thursday?
I gotta look. But I know he's back Thursday. Now, I said after the bye they would run it out with Lamar. Now I got a free win from Huntley.
Yeah, that's just icing on the cake.
Yes. So I'm going to stand by that. They're going to win the AFC North. They're going to rattle off 11 in a row, is what I said. That's one. We just got through one, which is interesting. I ran into a Baltimore Ravens fan at a wedding this weekend. And I said to him that, yeah, I'm on a podcast on Monday mornings, and I said that the Ravens are gonna win out. And he said, he's no fucking way, dude. And so it's interesting that I ran into a Ravens fan and also Andre Reed. I mean,
saw the picture. How cool is that?
I mean, yeah, it was okay. I'm not like crazy about that type, like, yeah. I mean, I don't know what to talk to him about the 4 losses in the Super Bowl.
For sure.
I mean, he had a great
like to go to the Super Bowl
4 times and lose. He did have an AFC Championship ring on, which was pretty dope. But I feel like that's his Super Bowl ring.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. For sure. The Ravens play the Dolphins
in Baltimore.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. Now the Dolphins went nuts this weekend.
Dolphins did go nuts.
Like, what the fuck?
I didn't bet them.
Well, I mean, Captain Kirk, dude.
I had in like 3 different parlays and 3 different picks. I had the Falcons.
Not knowing Penix wasn't playing?
No, because they make us pick our pick 8 on Wednesday.
Yes, I did have. I had the Falcons in my pick 8. I
know you'll love this. I announced mine like I do every Thursday on TikTok and Instagram, and then I bet mine on FanDuel, and I had it up on the screen. I wake up Friday morning. Wait, they're due Thursday. I wake up Friday morning. I go, holy shit, I forgot to hit send. They were in my drafts. It was in my email drafts. I text Tom in the morning. I was like, hey, if it means anything, if you go and you timestamp it, I announced what my picks were going to be on social media. He's like, sorry, guy, that doesn't count. So I didn't even get my picks in the actual pool.
Okay. Yeah,
he goes, just hope for a carryover.
What'd he say?
He'd hope for a carryover.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tom. In your long ass email.
Yeah. Yeah, I had Bengals, I had Falcons, like,
Yeah, I think I was 5-3. 5-3. Patriots are back, bro.
Pats are good, man. I mean, obviously after beating Buffalo or whatever, right. I think people are starting to take them seriously. And Drake May's the real deal. They have a good little team there. I don't know how far they go. I still think that Buffalo wins the division.
For sure.
But yes, and again, another week where we fucking talk about Danny Dimes. I mean,
that's all you gotta say. That's all you gotta say. It's insane what the man is doing, and you get to deal with him on Sunday.
Yeah. Yes.
What time is that?
As of right now, game. Yes. MVP status is Danny Dimes, Maddie. Baker was up there. Now Baker's in 3rd. But like it's Maddie and Danny Dimes.
The legion of whom?
But yeah, I don't know. You can't split the trophy up though.
Right.
But I mean, Danny Dimes is on an MVP season right now.
Absolutely. Blown away. All right. We got Monday Monster. This is a special one for us. This special one brought to us by Lickabully's Market. I'm going to throw it up on the screen. Fred, you're going to tell me about it. You're going to tell me about it because you brought me this one, because this is our very, very own Jackson Spikes.
Yep. 14U tournament on Saturday.
Hold on. There he is.
That's Jackson Spikes 14U tournament.
Look, Grand Slam.
Over the 425 time. Again, 14 years old, freshman. Grand Slam. Ended up with 4 homers over the 2 days in the tournament. This Grand Slam on Saturday, 2 in the early game on Sunday, and 1 in the late game on Sunday. So 4 homers, just Jackson Spikes out there just hitting bombs.
Bombs. Congratulations to our very own Jackson Spikes, who's been on the podcast before. That's awesome. When I saw that video, when you sent me that video, man, I was ear to ear. Let's jump right into it. NCAA football, college football. Michigan sucks, Fred. I know that I'm going to get a bunch of hate on here, but here's the thing. If we don't get something moving on offense and make some changes, we are going to piss away Bryce Underwood. Now, you said it from the jump. You said that if things don't go right, he'll be gone in no time. I just think 8 for 17 for 86 yards against your rival is pathetic. He threw the ball 17 times. There was numerous times where Michigan was 3rd and 15, 3rd and 17, and we run the ball up the middle. Do that against Ohio State. Don't take chances against Ohio State and see what happens. Michigan State is terrible. They have a really good quarterback receiver duo that was, had some nice catches against us defensively. But at the end of the day, if something doesn't change offensively, I can see another stupid loss and a loss to Ohio State this year.
Well, all right. Here's devil's advocate. Yes, right. Not total snooze fest, fucking of a game. Very anticlimactic, underwhelming. I don't know what other words to use, but here's the thing, Brad. Again, they won and they continue to win. They're in.
It's not going to happen.
It's similar to what I talk about when I talk about the Tigers when we talk about spending. It's they don't spend money. They don't have to. So I feel as if as much as the fan and the viewer can see that they're not a high caliber team.
Right.
On the other hand, right now they're controlling their own destiny, basically. Because
but what I'm saying is I'm seeing around the corner. I can see how this is going to end.
Of course, but yes, but until you get to that point, I mean, if they win until they get to Ohio State, I mean, they put themselves in a position to make the playoffs.
That makes sense because you see like people post on social media, it's a great day to be a Michigan Wolverine. Is it? Is it after that win?
No, I mean, at the end, in the big picture, yes, you still control your own. But no, it was a fucking lackluster game. It was a fucking snooze fest. The only thing that I was happy about in that Michigan State game, I was just glad it wasn't senior night, so I didn't have to see somebody dry hump the logo.
Right. That's only in basketball.
Oh, what do? They suck off the field goal post in football.
Yeah, they dry hump the field goal post the senior night. But maybe Brian Kelly's going to be next. Jonathan Smith is the job.
Was a big
56 million. Is that? Am I right? 56 million. They still have to pay him.
Oh yeah. That's interesting because now, does Franklin end up in LSU? I don't think so. Because it's just like Penn State and LSU are totally different programs. When Kelly went there, I thought it was a little odd. Now he obviously had succession, right? But because I feel like Notre Dame is not like an SEC style
for sure
of team. So it'll be interesting to see who's next. And I think they go with somebody more of the open SEC concept. You know what I mean? Rather than Bill Belichick, type who gets a job. They blew it again too. But yeah, so now there's a couple jobs opening. It'll be interesting.
Is it odd that they get rid of them in the middle of the year and then Penn State in the middle of the year? I don't feel like you see college coaches get fired in the middle of the year like this.
Yeah,
Like
I don't know if
odd.
I don't know why you would do that. Because I mean, it's not like Penn State has a chance to win the Big Ten still,
or LSU. Same
so
thing.
So if you don't have a chance to, I mean, and it's not like you're bringing in the coach. You're gonna promote an assistant. So to have somebody take over for the rest of the year instead of paying a dude that you owe money, I don't understand the benefit of that. I don't know what's behind
team morale, maybe holding players on. Like, hey, don't worry, we're making changes. We're going to show you we're making changes by like right now.
Well, yeah, but I mean, they could also see that before they can enter the portal. I mean, you could get rid of them after the season ends in 3 weeks. You know, like I mean, I don't understand the concept with that whole thing. If it was, if they went 0-3 or 0-4, maybe something like that, like where you could try to put a run together. Yeah, but it's interesting. There's it'll be interesting to see, because I just think more high profile guys are like, does Meyer come back? Like I don't know.
Nah, I don't know. They've been talking about that for years. That's kind of like the Gruden thing. It's just a conversation piece, right? World Series, Fred. World Series. I didn't even have it on the notes, and I threw it on there. I'm surprised you were so enthralled in that game last night that you didn't even usually come in and critique me, but shockingly, we're at 1-1.
Yeah, not as shocking as, I mean, I'll tell you this: Game 1, the score was shocking.
Yeah,
not
11-4.
You're not gonna. I'm not too shocked with the Jays winning a game. Yamamoto just fucking put it on on Sunday or Saturday night, and now you're gonna have Glasnow and Ohtani, and then probably Blake Snell again 3 games in a row in LA. Maybe they win the Glasnow game, and it ends up 3-2 going back to Toronto.
You think the Jays are going to win one more game?
I think they can win one more game, and if they do, it'll probably be the middle game, the Glasnow game. I don't think they win tonight. I don't think they win the Ohtani game. But I don't know, and they may not win one game in LA, to be honest. But
I don't think I was going to be shocked if they won a game. I thought this was going to be a sweep, and then they went up 11-4 in the first. I was like, maybe we can make a series of this.
I did think it was going to be. I feel like, yes, I thought that Dodgers would win handily, but I always thought like there's got to be like one game, right? But I never thought it would be the Blake Snell game. Yeah. Just because Snell, his last time out, 8 innings, 1 hit, I think was his last time out. So I didn't think it was going to be the Blake Snell game. So like that was kind of like I thought it was going to be the Glasnow game. So like I thought that it would be Game 3, right?
That the Jays would win.
Yeah. I felt like, but then again, they played 2 at home. So like, were the Dodgers going to win both at Toronto? I don't know, but like when I tell you that it's going to be Blake Snell and Yamamoto, I mean, I don't care if you play on the moon. Like, the way they were pitching is ridiculous. But I think they can win possibly, like I said, the Glasnow game, which would be tonight, I believe. And then it goes Ohtani. So like I wouldn't be surprised, but it's good. It's not as I mean the Dodgers are really helping the fact that they're in the World Series. I don't know.
Yeah. High school football playoffs out this week, Fred.
Okay.
I wish they played some of these games on like a local TV station or something. Like I wish you could watch them. It would be awesome.
Yeah, they're really monetizing high school football though. So there's apps you can get, $12 a month, stuff like that. So like that's how they're making their money on them. You will see. Are the finals on like a local station?
Yeah, they're usually on. Well, they used to be on like Fox Sports. Now I bet you it's Bally's. I don't even know that's a whole thing now too. But so Rochester plays Rochester Adams.
Okay,
this Friday on Halloween.
interesting.
See, if you were home being back here in Michigan, this would be a perfect opportunity for us to go to that game and the girls hand out candy or something. But now I'm left to literally, no pun intended, but hold the bag.
Well, here's my so when I did live in Michigan, I lived in Michigan for 8 years. We did not hand out candy. And it wasn't because of high school football. We would go out to dinner on Halloween. Leave the lights off the house, shut the doors, lock the doors, go to dinner about 5, 6 o'clock, and get back about 8:30, and just keep it moving. Listen, I'm not now. I live in a different. I mean, my setup in the last one. It's a little different. They used to shut the street, and like it was one of those.
Yeah.
Up in Michigan. Over here is a little different, but yeah, I still leave the lights off and pretend no one's home.
Wow, Fred. I can't. We don't do that in our neighborhood. We got a ton of kids. I can't be that
Dude,
guy.
Put the bowl out there with the fucking
trust these little mother.
But that's the good thing. You're hoping they take it all. So then you're done with your candy. The next asshole that comes up isn't mad at you. They're saying, "Oh, some jerk off took all the fucking candy."
Yeah, what if he takes the bowl, Fred? Then it looks like I'm just got the light on.
I mean, hey.
All right, last but not least, NBA's back, Fred. And I'm excited. I'm excited about the NBA season. Despite all the BS. Couple things. I watched season 2 of Starting Five on Netflix. Okay, so that's James Harden, Kevin Durant, Jaylen Brown, and what were the 2 other ones? I can't think of them off the top of my head, but it was very good to get you into the season. Christian invited me to the opening game at the Little Caesars last night versus the Celtics. We beat the Celtics. Obviously, Isaiah Stewart's on the take and lost my bet. But Fred, I think this was back when you lived here. We were at your house like we normally were on a Friday. Some nice carry out, watching sports. And you said, check this kid out. And you handed me your phone. And you said, you got to see this guy. He's some kid from Paris, from France. He's going to be something special. He gets drafted, has an okay year, gets hurt. Now he's scoring 40 points a game. He looks like he's playing amongst high schoolers.
I mean,
there's no way if he stays healthy, there's no way he doesn't win the MVP. And that's Wembenyama.
Yes. Dude, Wemby is another level, dude. He's very KD-ish, right?
So, yeah, but taller, and younger.
And I just mean because he can play every position. Technically, KD can bring the ball up the court and be your point if you want him to be. So he's very KD-ish, but he's a fucking freak of nature. Now, I thought that they would be a little better last year after they drafted him, but I get it. And that team is very young. So it'll be interesting to see how the Spurs develop along the way. It's going to be awesome. Wemby's, dude, he's the real deal. I mean, like,
he is. He is the real deal. SGA's averaging 40 points a game right now.
Dude, Rookie of the Year is going to go to VJ Edgecombe. So you could, if you want to bet it now, go ahead. But he's our pick, Sixers. He's going to He will be the rookie of the year. Cooper Flagg is still getting adjusted. It seems like not.
Still playing well. He had a real nice dunk over the weekend too. I think it was yesterday, actually.
He's 19 years old. So,
Right.
but I think that VJ Edgecombe is going to end up being rookie of the year. Now, I will say this: when you talk about like what does it look like down the road? Who do you think is going to be at the top of the East?
Yep.
I would not count out Boston, obviously. I think that the Knicks are gonna be up top, and I feel like I say this all the time, and it just never comes to fruition. If the Sixers are healthy, I think they're the best team in the East.
So I actually, so Christian's got I thought he had 10 game. We're sitting there talking at the game. He's got like 21. So I went through and I was like, okay, here's the games I want to go to. Sixers was one of them. He actually said, you want to come to this game. Definitely want to go to the Spurs game, February 23rd. I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And I mean, Embiid played the first two games, 20 minutes each game. He's on a 20-minute log. He won't be playing tonight. Fine, whatever. So he won't be playing tonight. Paul George will be back, I think, this week. But I mean, Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe, crazy. So like, if you can put that together if you can get a game where there's Embiid, Maxey, Paul George, VJ Edgecombe, and then your five is Kelly Oubre Jr. Like, I think that's the best lineup in the East. Now, I don't know how much they're going to play together. Obviously, Embiid doesn't play back-to-backs, which he's taken off tonight, and he'll be back the next game. So it's just interesting how like all that shit pans out. And also, Brad, we talked about this last year. Like, these guys don't even care about. They just try to make the top 10 now. It's not even the top 8.
Yeah.
You know, or is it 12?
Yeah, no, 10.
No, 7, 8, 9, 10 are the last 4. Yeah, so it's like, I mean, you have to be really bad to not make that 10.
Yeah.
And if you're not making that 10, you're probably in a rebuild.
Yeah. Well, look, don't count the Pistons out.
No, I think the Pistons.
We picked up Duncan Robinson was a huge offseason pickup. I think obviously with Jaden Ivey back, we're looking pretty decent. I mean, they struggled out the gates against Boston from the jump, like first quarter, but they played well. And I think that as they play together more often in Detroit, we don't sit games out like you do in Philadelphia. So we will create that harmony here in Detroit, and you're going to see it. And Christian said Cade top 3 MVP.
I could see that. I mean,
wow! I didn't think you were. I told him, hell no.
He puts up crazy numbers.
He's doing well.
And with a team that doesn't have another big name yet,
right.
But
here's the thing about the Pistons. You can have Tobias score 25. Anybody's capable of scoring, in the mid-20s on this team, which is helpful. Depth. I think we have the depth. So
yeah, I think that they should end up right in the middle there at the 4-5, right? Yeah. Which would be awesome.
Make the playoffs. Get back in it.
And don't forget about Hockeytown, USA. The Wings were sniffing at first place after like 4 games.
Fred, we don't talk about hockey on this podcast until it gets to the playoffs, and I don't even care about. I did hear something about Hockeytown and 5-1 at one point, but
yeah, now they're going downhill.
Yeah, nobody cares except Hockeytown. But all right, that's it for the week, Fred.
I have a question for you to end it.
Oh, and I have something for you too. You're right. Good, glad. Go. You go. You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay. I got an event. I think it's the 18th of December. Another cigar smoking event. Oakenstone's putting it on. I think when you are here in town, I'm parading you around town.
Is the 18th like a Thursday?
Yeah.
I think we're coming in that Saturday.
Move stuff from.
Yeah, I mean, I could see what's going on, but yeah, because that Sunday is the Steeler game. So, but yeah, I would love to come to an event. I'm assuming you don't have an event the week of Christmas.
No, probably
okay.
not. No.
What
but
about
I got some things? We got high school football. Hopefully, we can attend together over.
Do you have the week of Thanksgiving? Do you have a cigar event?
No, 19th, November 19th.
When is that day?
Week before.
That's like a
Wednesday.
Thursday? Okay,
Wednesday.
gotcha.
Yeah. But we're gonna get you out. We're gonna get you out in the public.
Definitely.
So people can actually meet you, and then what'd you have for me
in person?
What?
They could berate me in person.
Absolutely. The State fans will be there. Everything. What'd you have for me?
Okay, I have this is my question, and it's been I get I think of fucking weird shit. So I wanted to bring this question to you and to all the people, and here's some answers. I don't like to say the phrase "gun to your head." So life on the line.
Okay. Similar to gun to my head.
I just don't like the phrase, right?
Fair.
Life on the line. What is your go-to karaoke song?
Ooh, good.
And I'll give you two. Like because like if you're like negotiating for your life, maybe they'll have some kind of like soft spot to be like, hey, if this doesn't work out, can I do this song?
Yeah, for sure. Great question, Fred. Great question. As always, not a karaoke guy.
No, and that's the thing. But life on the line, yes, you are.
I'm gonna have to say, because I'm a big boy band guy, Fred. It's gonna be like a Bye Bye in Sync. Maybe a little something, something like that. Maybe some Backstreet Boys with the boys. You never know. But something in that era. Worst case scenario, back up Every Rose Has a Thorn.
Okay.
Well, something along those lines.
Okay, I like it. And it's just a good, like, it was something good that, like, I was because, like, living in Jersey, you never know. I mean, it could happen.
Yeah.
I could end up at one of these Chauncey Billups poker games, owing somebody money, and them saying to me, you got one chance to get out of this, sing a song.
And you're throwing out yours is?
My one go-to to save my life would be probably The Rose by Bette Midler.
Okay.
Now, if they don't have the Latin version or the French version, I will do the
funny. Hold on before you answer that. I almost feel like I knew that.
See? Yeah. I think we've probably talked karaoke before. Yeah. Now, if not, it would be Easy on Me by Adele. Now, because I feel like
you and my father-in-law would have the same go-to karaoke songs. He does love him some Adele.
Oh, yes. But I also feel like I can perform Easy on Me. Because I feel like the karaoke thing is not just about the voice, it's about the performance, right?
100%.
Because we don't have the voice.
Bring the show.
We don't have the voice. The voice ain't going to save my life. No. But I'm an entertainer. So
but we'll get the crowd into it.
Yes. And so I want to know, like I said, for the people listening,
And I tell you, have people drop in the comments. Give us your go-to karaoke song.
But I'm talking life on the line.
Life on the line. Not gun to your head. Life on the line.
This is something that only it's your best song.
Absolutely.
Like, you know what I mean? Like I know that if The Rose comes on, I'll go against Kelly Clarkson. Like I will be America's,
I have a buddy that'll go to a wedding. Every wedding that I've been to with him, he will go up to the DJ. He will ask politely to play the Humpty Dance by Digital Underground, and he has his own words. The whole wedding gets into it. It's insane. It's his thing.
Now, like that, I think that can pass off as a karaoke. Like if he explains the situation, I think that whoever's holding the gun or holding your life in the line, yes, will allow that. So I just want to know, like, what's your go-to? I mean, life on the line, dude. What's your go-to karaoke song?
Awesome. All right, Fred, you have a good week, brother. We'll talk soon.
Peace.